Good morning, students. Welcome to today's session. Today, we'll be learning something which sounds a bit scary but is super easy, and that is trigonometry. Now, see, trigonometry is made from two words, trigo and metron, wherein trigon means a triangle, metron means measurement, which means that in trigonometry we deal with the measurement of triangles. Now, remember one thing, that when we discuss trigonometry or when we talk about trigonometry, we constrain ourselves to a right angle triangle. Meaning, in the entire chapter of trigonometry, we'll talk about the right angle triangles. So, when I mean the measurement of triangle, I mean the measurements in a right angle triangle. Right? Is this clear? Is the meaning of trigonometry clear? If it's clear, let me know in the comment section and then we'll proceed. Okay? Alright. Now the question comes, what is the real purpose of trigonometry? Like everything that we study, everything has a real life application. Right? Can you think of any possible situation wherein you need to use a right angle triangle? Think about it. Is there any place where you can possibly imagine a right angle triangle being used? Well, let me give you an example. Look at this picture here. Let's assume that you are a person at point A. Okay. Now you see a pole in front of you or a tower in front of you, and you want to measure the height of that tower. How do we do that? Is it possible for you to use a tape and measure the height of the tower vertically? No, that's not really possible. That's not practically possible to measure the height of towers. So how do we find the height of the tower if we want to? Now imagine that you are on the ground. You are at position A as of now. Now from position A to B, B is the bottommost point of the tower. So you are at A, right? And B is the bottommost point of the tower. Now look at this point, look at this line AB. This line AB is the line on the road or on the ground. So this line AB can be easily measured. What if I tell you that you need to find out only one side and you can calculate other sides? For example, AB is the side which is the distance between you and the tower, right? BC is the height of the tower. And what is AC? Now imagine you are at point A, right? And you're looking upwards towards the tower, right? Now from the topmost point, if I draw an imaginary line from the point you're seeing it, so from your eyes, if I draw an imaginary line to the topmost point of the tower, that imaginary line is known as the line of sight, right? In this case, that is AC. Now, is it possible for us to measure AC or is it possible for us to measure BC? No, but using trigonometry, that can be easily done if we know the measurement of AB. Tell me one thing. You must have heard about a thing called Pythagoras theorem. What was Pythagoras theorem? We use Pythagoras theorem in a right angle triangle. Try and tell me what was Pythagoras theorem. What did we learn in Pythagoras theorem? Tell me. Pythagoras theorem stated that in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. Now the question that must come in your mind as of now is, now if we can find out the sides using the Pythagoras theorem, why do we need trigonometry? Why do we need to complicate our process? See, trigonometry doesn't complicate the process. It actually eases the process. Also, for using the Pythagoras theorem, you need at least two sides, correct? But over here, you just have one side, which is AB. So how do we do that? See, measurement of AB is simple, and measuring the angle, which is angle A here, is also simple. If I keep a protractor at point A, angle A is the angle between AB, which is the distance between you and the bottommost point of the tower, and AC. AC is the line of sight. So between AC and AB, we have the angle A, right? Now, if we find this one side AB and if we find this angle, it is possible to find out each and every side of this right angle triangle. And that is where trigonometry comes in handy. This is the real life application of trigonometry. Trigonometry basically expresses a relationship between various sides and angles of a right angle triangle. So we'll learn about different relationships between different sides and different angles of a right angle triangle. Clear? Understand one thing, that this relationship is given in the form of ratios, and we're going to be learning that. Clear? Before moving ahead, let me know if this is clear. Let me know you know what trigonometry means and what's the practical application of it. If it's clear, give me a thumbs up in the comment section and then we'll move ahead. Alright, so it's clear. Let's move ahead and understand the different kinds of relationships. You see a triangle ABC, right? Now in this triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree, right? Now tell me, in a right angle triangle, we have three sides. One is the perpendicular, one is the hypotenuse, and one is the base, right? Now in this triangle ABC, I have assumed C as theta. I have taken the name of angle C as angle theta. Because right now I'm considering C. I'm considering angle theta. Imagine you're at point C. You're looking at the tower and the topmost point of the tower is at point A. Right? So that is why I've taken the angle C over here, and that's why I've considered theta as angle C. Now look at this diagram towards your right. Now what do you see here? You see the same triangle, right angle triangle ABC, which is right angled at B. However, in this situation, the angle theta is A. Over here we have taken angle A as angle theta. Now understand that in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse always remains the same, right? But the value of perpendicular and base, they are interchangeable. So how do we find which one is perpendicular and which one is base? It is easy. The angle that you're considering, for example, in the first case, we are considering angle C, right? Which you've taken theta. So the side in front of that angle is the perpendicular. So in the first case, where angle C is theta, what is the side in front of that? We have AB. So over here, AB is perpendicular and naturally BC is the base. In the second image, wherein angle A is theta, what is the side in front of A? It's BC. What's the side in front of A? It's BC. So over here, BC becomes perpendicular, wherein AC becomes base. Let me know if this is clear. You are given two diagrams that look exactly the same. The only difference is we have considered different angles. In one we have considered C and in one we have considered A. Let me know if this is clear. Is it clear? Alright, let's move ahead now. Now as I told you that trigonometry basically gives us a relationship between various sides and angles of a right angle triangle. So let's learn about the first relation. The first relationship says sine theta. Now see, what is this sine? This is just a trigonometric function. Trigonometric function just expresses the sides of the triangle in the form of a ratio, right? So the first trigonometric function that we study is sine theta. The formula for sine theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So what will be the value of sine theta in the first diagram? Tell me. We know sine theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. What's perpendicular in the first picture? It's AB upon what's hypotenuse in the first picture? It's AC. So sine theta becomes AB upon AC. Is this clear? Okay, very well. Let's move on to the second diagram. What's the value of sine theta in the second diagram? See, the formula for sine theta will not change. The formula for the trigonometric function sine theta will be perpendicular upon hypotenuse only. However, in the second picture, the value of perpendicular is changed. Over here, the perpendicular is BC and the hypotenuse is AC. So over here, the value of sine theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, meaning BC upon AC. Is this clear? Let me know if this is clear. All right.